Welcome back to another video with the Rusty Nuts, and Mad Mick is over here. He's in the background. Go woo! We have got something special for you tonight. It's not a Land Rover. I know, right? I know. Bob is still here. He's in the background, just here. Look, ta-da! He's still being done. However, there's a break of the usual programming schedule. Michael has bought a something that's, you know, unnecessary, but necessary all at the same time. And oh no, you don't need to see the rest of that now, do you?
It's something you don't need at a price you can't refuse.
Exactly right. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little Will It Start video, because they seem to be popular on the internet, and who doesn't like one of these? So
And another Land Rover.
oh, there is another Land Rover. There is another Land Rover, which is going to be a donor vehicle because we think the chassis may be a little bit springy. Yeah, there's all sorts of exciting things going on here at the minute at Mad Micks. We've got there's a Land Rover down here. This is a lightweight in desert. This is currently having, it was in originally for an engine swap, so it was having a diesel engine swap. It's now having a bulkhead and a left-hand drive conversion and paint, and the list seems to keep going on. So you know that's good. So that one's in at the minute. Just random. That's not a Land Rover. That's a forklift. That's having an engine done. There's the engine just here. Look, this one here. That's the 200 TDI that's going in this lightweight here. There's a Defender here. There's a Dave. Hey, hang on, because it's tracking my face. So there it is. So anyway, it's enough talking bollocks. Let's go and have a look and see what Mick has bought. It's a Foden! Okay, so this is fucking epic. This is a Foden 4350 with an L10 Cummins engine and a 9-speed Fuller gearbox, 4/4. So this is going to be towing something very special, which will appear later in another video. But as with everything on this channel, there's no point in getting a vehicle that works. I mean, you might as well get one that needs something, haven't you? And this has been purchased by Mick as a unknown. So we're going to try and get it running. Mick's a Cummins Master Tech, so I think he probably knows his way around an L10.
It was years ago, yes.
Yeah, there you go, you see. So, first thing first is we're going to stick a couple of batteries on it. We're going to do it properly, and we're going to stick some no, we're not. We're putting Bob's batteries on it. So that should be interesting. But yeah, I mean, obviously we're struggling for light being this time of year, but we'll try and get it started, and then we'll give you a proper show of what it's like when we can get it in the daylight. She is an X. I don't know whether you can see. Yes, you can see that. An XSO tanker tractor unit. Hence the reason that it's got all of this gear on the back of it. Which is oh, you can't see it because I'm so excited. There you go. Yeah, it's got all of this gear on the back of it, which is hydraulics and various different links and safety gear to protect the tank from...
Hascare.
Yeah, that's it. Which is all designed to protect the tanker from any electrical spark and stuff like that. and the fifth wheel definitely needs to go backwards.
No, it doesn't.
Does it not?
No, 34 inches from pin to headboard, and it's about here.
Oh wow, okay.
The
Yeah,
only
it's fine.
direction I do need is centre the pin.
To the rear end, so it doesn't clout the drop it there. Yeah, that's for some other video though. Obviously we're applying the correct tools for the job.
That will be a video driving over to a place called Spalding.
Oh, I know it well. For a collection of said excitement. As you can see, the batteries fit really well in this box.
Ample room.
Ample room. So, here we are in the Foden. Let's go first aid kit. Diesel filters. So we don't really know much about it, apart from the fact that it's a ex-Esso tanker tractor. It was used up until around 96 when it was taken off the road, and it was used as a shunter by them. And then somebody else took it off the road to do a restoration on it. However, it kind of stalled there. That's so bright. You say it was a Mark III Escort?
Yeah.
So, in the cab, these controls here are from Mark III Escort, and so is that. Which is, you know, why wouldn't it be? Fairly straightforward cab. It's got a Jake brake. If anybody knows what that is, you Americans will definitely know what a Jake brake is. I mean, it's really simple. You've got a 9-speed gearbox, 4x4 and the splitter. It's got a pull to eject button. Don't know what that does. Dave, hold on. Everything is very industrial, but picture this, right? NATO'd or sand and militarised. That's what we're going for. So we've got 27 volts showing on the dash. We're showing voltage.
No, it did that with the batteries off.
Excellent. Is it Smith's?
Do you want me to power off?
Yeah, let's do a fire test. Okay, no fire. Clock doesn't appear to be working. Oh, we have an interior light. It's got air in the tank.
Put the hotkey in and see what happens. Get a buzzer, I should imagine, because the air's down.
We have lights. So battery light, stop light, park light, she's on. Definitely no air in the system.
Is it in neutral?
Yep.
Try it.
Okay. Here we go. Yeah!
Tank much did it?
Let's go. Well done, Bob's Batteries.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Got another Cummins. It's like it was turned off yesterday. And the voltmeter's working now.
Yeah.
Oil pressure. What oil pressure we got, dude?
Running at about 2 kPa. Oh, there's the light switch.
2 kilopascals.
Yeah.
Oh, look how retro that is.
Oh, it doesn't work. Ref cutting don't work either. That'll be the wire off the back of the alternator.
Yeah, both working at the back.
Doesn't look like we've got anything out the front yet. Oh, got headlights.
No one.
can't see it down because it's going up and down.
He was trying to.
Front fobs work.
Yeah.
Good.
There we go.
Everything's just going to want a good
Clean.
clean.
Right, air pressure then. Tank number 2 is coming up.
Diff lock. Looks like it was turned off yesterday.
That's unbelievable. Now you're going to think that that was staged. I tell you, that was not staged.
No,
He came here on a trailer.
it was towed here.
It was towed here the other day.
Sidelights this side aren't on.
It's trying to cut out.
No, I'm dying.
Trying to cut out. There you go.
No, it's drawing air. It's drawing air in somewhere, I should imagine.
Well, the good news is there's a couple of filters.
Couple of
in
filters, yeah.
here. It's showing empty, but I can tell you there's more than that in the tank.
A few moments later.
That'll be a fuel pipe somewhere drawing air in.
What's that? Main beam.
Try the indicators, bro. This side, the front.
So, it starts. It's cutting out, but Mick's fairly convinced that that is down to the fact that it's drawing air in somewhere. The engine sounds sweet as a nut, and I promise you that, and I know you're not going to believe me, I promise you that was not staged. He got the keys for it today. It was parked up here the other day. He got the keys for it today. We've literally just chucked a couple of Bob's batteries on it, and it started up like it was turned off yesterday. What a beast. So next thing is we're just going to wait for the air pressure to come up a little bit, which it's slowly getting there. Once the air pressure's up, we'll see if it moves. It's alive! Good.
That is the lesser spotted Foden moving out of its barn habitat into the open and stretching its legs for the first time in a long time. Oop. How's the drive been?
It's okay. It's getting used to the gearbox. It's a little bit difficult, but it's building air pressure. It's just when you give it too many revs, it's trying to cut out, which Mick seems to know what it is, so we're going to try and get it in the workshop anyway.
I'd say old Bean's some absolutely exceptional driving through there. Threading it through that gap then. He had like centimetres each side.
Look at that! Look at it! It's so cool. Look at the turbo on that bad boy. So, she's driven in here under her own power using Bob's batteries, so well done, Bob. However, when Bob's batteries go back on Bob, they may never crank again. But yeah, generally she's quite tidy for a lorry. I mean, me and Dave, we spend quite a lot of time around lorries in our day-to-day jobs, so nothing quite as cool as this though. It's all modern, fancy shite with automatic gearboxes and does everything for you, which is nice, I suppose, but at the same time it's not cool. The brakes worked nicely. The gears are a little bit stiff. I think the shifter probably wants a little bit of lubrication.
There's an air plunger here that acts on this lever here. That's your stop. So when you pull your cable,
Yeah.
that stops. That's your throttle.
And the throttle felt good, to be fair.
Yeah.
I love how they've attached the spring.
Yeah, that's proper yeehaw.
Yeah, yeehaw.
So this,
Grab a zip tie, that'll do.
I'm thinking that's a stop as well.
You could do with it running, couldn't you, to see what it operates?
Yeah, it may be the fact that when you turn the ignition on, that moves.
There was also a slight leak of diesel in here, unless that is residue.
It looks like it's had a new fuel filter on it, doesn't it?
Man! Made in Germany. 9.
It's got a heated fuel filter on it.
Fuzzy cold weather.
What's the cause of weather? So fueling
Jake
down
brake.
to the back of there's your Jake brake member.
A what?
Jake brake.
Basically, when you throw a switch, I think if I'm right in saying it shuts valves and uses the engine brake as a brake.
It stops the exhaust valves from operating. So
Yeah.
and then it stops diesel. So when you hit the Jake brake, it switches the pump off, so it can't inject.
Yes.
So it turns the engine into a big compressor.
Yes. And that's why it goes.
So basically, you slow the truck down with the engine.
Yeah.
So when you flick the Jake brake back off, that'll go and switch the pump back on.
I didn't hear any noise, but I couldn't hear it over the engine.
There's a scenario there's a sequence that the Jake brake will only work on.
Over a certain RPM, presumably.
or speed.
Okay.
We'd need to have a look at the Jake brake and see how it picks its signal up, whether it picks it up off tacho or whether it picks it up off the tachograph.
The clock I don't think works.
Does the
I
clock?
couldn't hear it ticking.
Ah, okay.
That maybe is the way that they disconnected the tacho, just ripped the wires out.
Yeah. Okay, we could do having it running.
Okay.
Yeah. There you are. Clutch, back in, back in. PTO off. Foot off the clutch.
Right, it's nothing to do with it being in gear. That's what I was trying to ascertain.
Right.
So it's nothing to do with it being in gear. It's just the fact that it's drawing air in somewhere.
Okay. So that should simplify it a little.
Yeah. So it could be any one of these fuel.
Ignition off, yeah?
Yeah. It could be any one of these fuel pipes drawing air in.
It's not likely to be the fact that there's air in the filters, is it? Because
Nah, it's been running for too long now.
yeah, it would bleed itself, wouldn't it?
Yeah. It's more than likely going to be one of these lines.
Hello. You see this? There's a little button on the front of this camera. You know, if you push it, it records.
No.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah, that one there. If you push that, it records.
You should press that.
I've just done this big long section to camera, basically talking to myself because I'm a twat. Anyway, Freddie the Foden. Yes, he's got a name. We think Freddie. I think it's seems right. So we think it's pulling air through. I say we haven't got a clue. Mick thinks it's pulling air through into the system. It's not dying under load. So we're just test there that you may have seen is that we're engaging the PTO, which drives the hydraulic pump for the old tankers, and it wasn't dying. It was still remaining under power. Obviously, once the hydraulic pressure builds up to a certain point, it would kill the engine, but it's not doing that. And when I'm putting it into first to bring it over here, as soon as I brought the engine revs up, it's sort of dying on me. Whereas if you put it into second gear and let it come under the engine power off the clutch, it's fine. So pretty convinced it's pulling air in somewhere. So a nice simple fix, hopefully. And generally she's pretty good. He is pretty good. There's no rot on it. It's only done 498,000 kilometres, and if you're in the trucking industry, you know it's not even run in.
Eat. The cab is coming back into normal orientation, but Liam's being offended by these, which I have to agree are really, really, really horrible spray suppression things that need to just be gone. So they're going to get drilled off. And Mick, what's the plan now for it?
So what we think is, it's drawing air into the fuel system. So what I'm thinking of doing is taking this connection here, which is the main fuel into the fuel filter, run this pipe out to a jerry can. If the engine runs sweet off a jerry can, we know the fault isn't from here forward, it's from there back.
Got ya.
So just a little bit of easy diagnostics.
Right then, we're going to call it a night on the Foden. Dave's just getting angry with the spray suppression, cutting the spray suppression off. It's not proper spray suppression, so before you start giving us grief in the comments, we know it's a legal requirement, but those parts are actually for the tanker. They're an anti-static thing. The spray suppression is the guards that sit at the back, and they're still intact. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you would, please. Only 19% of our viewers are actually subscribed, so that gives you an idea of the difference there. So it'd be nice if you could all give us a subscribe and a like if you want to continue watching the stuff that we do and the crazy antics that we come on, because there's going to be more of it. There's Dave. There's going to be more of this crazy stuff, as well as the Land Rovers that we're currently restoring, so all exciting things. Links are in the description. There's a Patreon there if you so fancy supporting us, because these Land Rovers are expensive. There's a Buy Me a Coffee. There's links to Mick's merchandise. There's links to our merchandise. You get the message. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.